welcome back to Prep Talk Podcast, the podcast that helps students navigate the college admission process and succeed in their academic pursuits. In today's episode, we have a special guest with us, Rishabh Sharma, who is a former student of Tutela and has recently been accepted to New York University. Rishabh will be sharing his insights and experiences on the admission process and studying abroad. Whether you're a high school student planning to apply for college or a college student looking to study abroad, this episode is sure going to provide you valuable insights and tips. So, without further ado, let's welcome him to the podcast. Hi, Rishabh. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm good to be here and would like to talk to you about my journey and like how I applied to NYU and how I ended up getting accepted.
Absolutely. So, since you spoke about NYU, our first question to you is how does it feel to get into NYU?
So it feels great to get into NYU. Of course, this was the school I ED'd to, and I would say the hard work did pay off.
All right. So, what major are you pursuing?
So I'll be pursuing economics in the College of Arts and Sciences.
Okay.
So throughout, I've enjoyed economics. So I had economics in school as well. I was scoring well in school. I took some APs in economics. I took the AP microeconomics exam, which I would say further boosted my interest in the subject. And I was also the secretary of Economics, Commerce, and Entrepreneurship Society, where I spearheaded sessions on economics, financial markets. So I think all that led me to apply for economics.
All right. So, how did you manage the pressure of studies along with standardized testing and your extracurricular activities?
I would say this was indeed difficult to manage. I ended up dropping ACT because it was really getting hard to manage my studies with my extracurriculars and focusing on school academics at the same time as well. So, of course, I think I could have better managed it if I could have better managed my time, but still, I think I did put in the work in my extracurriculars and I could focus in school as well. So, to maintain my uh, school grade average.
So, okay, talking about college research, there are thousands of colleges available, right, that offer a good economics major. So, how was your college research, and how did you shortlist the colleges that you applied to?
So, I had a couple of safeties as well, but I had applied to 8 colleges in the early application round, and one of them was NYU, that was the ED. So I would say, of course, NYU, USC, UC Berkeley, LA, of course, these were kind of my high reach colleges that I had for myself. I had some mid reach and I had some safeties as well. And I really wanted to play it safe because, of course, I was coming from like a test optional background.
Right.
I had to see what all colleges were test optional. So, of course, I decided to ED to NYU and, well, got in.
Okay, so talking about having a good resume in front of the colleges. So, what were the key elements in your application that worked in your favor? And we know for a fact that you launched an initiative, right? So, let's start with that.
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to talk about the key elements in my college application. So, I think the biggest role was my extracurriculars that I had. So, I had I had 3 internships,
Okay.
4 research papers. I was grade 7 in guitar. I was a national level equestrian athlete as well. But the biggest one has to be One Step Forward. That's a social financing nonprofit organization that helps raise funds for students to attain education and also helps students develop skills in the field of performing arts under the new education policy. So, of course, we scaled up a lot on One Step Forward. So, it had more than 620 beneficiaries and we had raised around 9.2 lakh rupees.
That's nice.
And we did end up getting recognition from the governor of Odisha and the chief minister of Haryana as well. So, of course, I think that did play a major role in my application and, of course, has to be one of the biggest reasons I got accepted.
That's nice. So, what hurdles did you face in your college application journey?
So, I didn't really face any hurdles as such in my application journey. Everything was smooth. I had my essays prepared way before time. But I think one thing has to be, I really felt insecure applying test optional because, going test optional still is a gamble. I won't recommend going test optional to everyone because, of course, you need to put in a lot of work into your extracurriculars and having a really good profile to stand a chance against students who have, of course, have like a 34, 35, 36 ACT score. So I think that is going to be one thing.
Okay. So, other than that, what students should keep in mind when they're applying for the admissions abroad?
So again, I think it should be they should have a well-rounded profile, great school academics, amazing standardized test scores, and an amazing profile. Of course, you have your fair chance in going into the Ivies, the top 10 colleges, top 20 colleges in the world. So I think, yes, I have to say a well-rounded profile will help, but of course, you'll have to manage your time really well to do that.
Okay. So, can you put some light on writing a good essay that actually helps the students with their applications?
Yeah, so essays basically again play a vital role there. Through essays only you can tell about your story, about your extracurriculars, about your journey. That's the only way the college gets to know who you are. So of course I would like to say through your essays just don't use too much of cliche language, just be who you are. So when I was writing my essays, I just tried to focus on it should seem as if I myself am talking to the college counselor, the college admission officer, and it feels as if I'm just talking to him and myself narrating it to him. Of course, just don't use language that seems as if it's written by like an adult or like under a professional. It should be, of course, it should be good English, it should be basic, but of course, cover up all the points.
Right. So, moving on to our next question, why did you choose to study abroad? Given that India also provides a good base on economics when it comes to undergraduate studies.
Yeah, I think my main reason for choosing abroad would be the opportunities, and especially where I'm going in New York, of course, NYU campus, given that the close proximity to Wall Street, I can do like internships with hedge funds and like, of course, big corporates. I think that's going to be the main reason, the main opportunities and the exposure that you get outside. I think it is growing in India, but it hasn't reached that point that it's in US.
So let's move on to our last question. How did Tutela help you with your journey?
So I would say Tutela helped me a lot with my journey. I initially joined in for the ACT, but like I took the AP exams as well, and I joined in for ISC mathematics and physics, and I'm still taking classes. Of course, they helped me with my school academics as well, pull up my school academics by a lot, and of course I gave the APs. I got like a 4 on 5 in the AP statistics exam that helped me a lot. And of course, my journey with Tutela has been great. Ashish sir has been a great mentor throughout. And of course, I'll be seeking his guidance in college as well.
It's good to hear that. So, with this, we end our today's podcast. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you here. We hope the insights that Rishabh shared were helpful for all the students planning to study abroad. If you like the podcast, don't forget to give us 5 stars if you're listening this on a podcast channel. And if you're listening this on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.